Hi everyone, thanks for joining us again on Hanging with Hear2Zen. Today we've got Kael from Five Finger Death Punch joining us. Their new album Afterlife is out August 19. He's going to check in with us about the album, the new movie The Retaliators that the band are in, their tour with Megadeth and The Who, and hopefully some plans to come to Australia. So hope you enjoy the episode and hanging out with Chris. All right, so hanging with Hear2Zen, Kael, Five Finger Death Punch. New album Afterlife is out August 19. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Happy to be here, my friend. Thank you very much. It's been a long time since we've been to Australia, so it's good to bridge that gap here on the Zoom and let you guys be the first to know that we are planning on coming back to Australia. So there you go. You heard it.
All right. So while the new album isn't out for a week, we've had a few samples so far. The songs, again, from Death Punch are quite diverse. Do you think there's going to be any songs that really catch the listener by surprise on this album?
If I had to pick one, will this interview come out after the record comes out or before the record comes out? Before. Okay. I hate to give away like songs and whatnot, but there's one in particular on there that I've been wearing it out since we recorded it. It's called Judgment Day. Okay. And it's different. It's still Death Punch, but taking some chances, and that's a wonderful indicator as to how much time we had to be able to write and record this record during the whole quarantine pandemic shutdown. Able to come up and really songs that were going this way. We're like, oh, okay, let's check this out because we've actually got the time to do it. We didn't have to run back out and go back out on tour, just really focused on just the creative process and writing the record, and stuff like that resulted in songs like Judgment Day, where we're able to really kind of, step out creatively and do something a little bit different while still remaining Death Punch at the same time.
Sure. And of course you've got longtime producer Kevin Cherko with you. He's basically the sixth member of the band at this point. Like, seriously, the way that you guys work together, what does he bring to Five Finger Death Punch, not just as a band, but as a collective?
As a collective is exactly how he brings himself to the band. Collective wise, he's able to kind of oversee all the moving parts and stay vigilant about like where the direction of the record is going. Like, we all talk about it beforehand. We kind of know what we're wanting to do. We already have songs that we're like, okay, here you go. This is what we're bringing to the table. He is wonderful at organizing all that stuff, bringing out the best of us, and giving us a working environment that is comfortable to create in as well. He's not one of the guys that's like watching you the whole time, making sure you're playing it right. He knows where you're at. He knows who you are. If you're messing something up, you're going to get to it. It's cool. No pressure, because the more pressure that gets put on you in that situation, you're just like, oh my God, I can't do this. But Kevin, he's like a father figure, honestly. We're very supportive, kind of oversees the entire thing and keeps us all five individual fingers of Death Punch, keeps us all together. And it works well.
Cool. And this is the first album with Andy on guitar, correct?
Oh yeah, that dude's amazing.
Yeah. So, and we're not, every player's different, and Death Punch has had a few members in the past, but what does Andy stylistically bring to the Death Punch sound?
Stylistically, I just say new blood, new excitement, honestly. Much like when I joined way back on the Into the American Capitalist record, you come in hungry, you come in on fire, you know what you've got to bring to the table. The band has seen that, has brought him in, and now he's like, okay, this is my time to shine. So he has stepped up. Anybody that has heard his solo stuff that he's put out on different records and different YouTube tutorials and whatnot, the dude's incredible. And to see where he was even just 2 years ago, to see what he's bringing to the table now, oh, just incredible. He's an incredible, incredibly gifted guitarist who also knows music theory and records his own stuff on his solo record. So he kind of knows his sound. Very confident, very competent, and just a wonderful dude all around. It's been nice having him around. Sometimes with the accent, that thick British accent, we could have some teleprompters that would tell us, or translators for some of his jokes. Yeah. But other than that, it's been good. Even that's been entertaining.
That's awesome. And of course, Ivan's lyrics are really deep. They're really personal. He's one singer that really 100% puts his heart on his sleeve. Was there a moment during this album where you were just like, holy shit, dude, like you've outdone yourself?
I would be lying if I said there was one moment. There's several moments on this record. Again, this time, you know, we had some member changes going into this lineup and this album recording. So it's all kind of like, you know, I don't want to say a tumultuous time because we were very excited about it, but we're stepping into something different. And compound that with tours being taken away because of COVID. We weren't able to tour at all on F8. So we were all kind of scattered. And Ivan really dove deep and introspective on this record. He always does that. But even just like with each record, it seems like he gets deeper and deeper. And yeah, just some of the stuff on there. I was listening to it on a houseboat in Lake Powell this weekend with a big group of people. And one of the songs, I can't remember which one it was, but two girls started crying listening to the songs. And I'm like, all right, I think we are continuing to do what we do and touching people, even people who haven't heard us before. Somehow we're moved to tears on that one song in particular. But I'll leave you all to develop your own tears. I'm gonna tell you which one that one was.
Perfect. Now, between lineup changes, pandemics, and everything, I'm going to throw a little statement out there just from the songs that I've heard.
Okay.
That for me, sometimes a few things need to die for new things to grow, and that's the way I view the new songs. Would that be a correct assessment?
Definitely. Yeah. This is one of those bands that, with each time there's been a change in the band, it's always, you know, dropped one thing to elevate the band to another. Always been incredibly talented people in the band. I still love everybody that I played with in this band. Still keep in contact with a lot of those people as well, you know, just as friends and whatnot. But, you know, in a working environment, man, fresh blood.
Yep.
You can't, I mean, there's no substitute for fresh blood. You get somebody as talented as Andy and as talented as Charlie, combine them with the talents that me, Ivan, and Zoltan all bring to the table. The game is, I mean, as you said, you know, old things have to die for new things to grow. It's a cycle of life. And we aren't one to sit around like, oh, this ain't working anymore. No, What do we need to do? This is what it is. What do we need to do to keep on doing what we do? And I think everyone is going to be, like myself, very pleased with the new record Afterlife, which comes out August 19th, as you said.
Yeah. And the band actually are now appearing in the new movie, The Retaliators. I've been lucky enough to see the movie. It's nuts. It's totally intense.
I love it. Very cool.
How was that experience for you? And do we see, you know, your own TV show coming up soon?
I mean, I'm open to everything. That's one good thing about this band is that it opens so many doors for each of us individually as well as us collectively too. So it's nice to have this big behemoth of a hard rock heavy metal band opening these doors and being aware of new things that opened up. So the Retaliators, acting is one of the things that I've always wanted to do. I was in my manager's ear for a long time when Sons of Anarchy was on, and I was like, get me on. So as you know, in the Retaliators, I really had to dig deep and find my motivation because I went completely out of character.
Absolutely.
And I played a biker enforcer. Trouble. It was hard.
The only thing that would have been closer is potentially a ballerina, but you pulled off the biker well.
Yeah, I need a couple more classes to be able to do that one. But, you know, hey, I pulled off knitting in the Jekyll and Hyde video. I can pull off enforcer biker in the Retaliators.
Exactly. Now, while we're away from the album for a little bit, the members of this band in the entire time, like, and I got into you around the Right Side albums.
Okay. Beautiful start right there.
Yeah, first song I heard was Lift Me Up.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, literally as I picked up my rental car from the airport in Vegas, first thing that played on comp was Death Punch.
Very nice. Yeah, comp's always been a huge supporter. So it's wonderful that you came all the way from Australia. You're in the hometown. First thing you hear, Lift Me Up. So thanks, Carlota and the whole staff over there.
You guys get some heat. You really do. The one thing is, I'm actually going to put this out there. I love the way you interact with your fans. Not only are you positive, but when someone's been a dick, you just don't take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think it's important sometimes for artists to remind people that they are people and not just a persona?
It's not us. It's not up to us to change other people's behaviors. You know, you can't control things that happen. The only thing you can control is your reaction to those things. So things are what they are. I mean, I'm a shit talker too. I love it. You should have heard me running my mouth in the gym all day this morning before I came out here to do this. I love running my mouth, but I don't do it so much on the internet. You know, I grew up in friendly circles. We all had our favorite bands, and you know, we would shit on other bands, and that's just what everyone else is doing, but it's on a bigger scale, and you can have access to it.
Yep.
You know, while I'm here in Las Vegas, I can hear somebody from Australia over there, you know, talking shit or whatever. So it's gotten on a bigger scale. I get it. But it's fun for me. It really is. I'm a jokester. I love a good punchline, a good jab. I love all that. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I am on that. I love it, and keep going. It's cool. Whatever. Yeah.
Awesome.
My reaction to it, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
I take. Yeah. As long as people are talking, that's fine by me. Keep talking.
Perfect. And you've got your signature B series Warlock. So it's a classic shape. It's a classic base that's stood the test of time. But what have you done differently on yours?
On mine, I had them develop the exact specifications that I wanted. So the neck is a little different on it for me, a little thicker, a little bigger because I'm a big dude. Also, they put the PJ pickups on there. I'm not sure what the normal pickups are on there, but I have active PJ pickups. Aesthetically, I wanted kind of like the kind of the biker aesthetic, you know, all matte black, matte white. I got another one that's coming out that's gonna be matte red. Yep. It's just the vibe that I like. And I mean, fuck, the first time I saw Nikki Sixx on Looks to Kill, that was the video that I saw when I first saw Warlock, and I was like, I want that. Now here I am with my own signature series Warlock. So dream big, kids. It can happen.
I look forward to seeing that matte red. That'll look great in that shade.
Oh, yeah, I've actually been playing a Widow when we were over in Europe a lot. That might even be like more me, because it's like a Warlock, but just a little more extreme. Yep. So anything I can do to make this aesthetic pop out even more, I'm all about it. And that Widow was incredible. I mean, hell, hats off to Dee Dee Vernier for bringing that one out way back in the day.
Perfect. And you've actually been working on a bit of solo stuff. So I know it's really hard when you have a massive machine like Death Punch moving to do that, but where are you at with it? Like, what's the timeline?
Well, with the solo stuff, I mean, we say solo, but the original intent of doing all that was I knew that we had lost a writing member of Five Finger Death Punch. I had plenty of time on my hands to be able to really dive into writing a lot. So my intention always was to write these songs with the hope that I would finally get one on a Death Punch record. Luckily, it worked on this one. So I still have all the songs still there. Very proud of all those songs. Everyone around me has heard them.
Yep.
As soon as you get in the car, I'm like, hey man, check this out. New one I just wrote. So I've gotten good feedback, but ideally these songs, first intent of placement is to have them become Five Finger Death Punch songs, because I would love to get these songs in front of a big audience like Death Punch has. So that opportunity is wonderful. But you know, I've written them, I've recorded them. They got me over a real tough time back in 2020. Just a lot of life changes and whatnot. And at the end of the day, those songs have done everything I wanted them to do. It was a therapeutic purge just to fucking keep me alive, basically, and keep me positive and going. It worked. I'm still here.
Yep.
Life is good, and I got a new song on the Death Punch record. So songs that haven't been released yet, there's no time limit on those. A good song is still going to be a good song. So not leaking too much of it. I want it to get out there proper at some point. But yeah, Death Punch, I would love to have, you know, even more of those songs in there. And they opened up and gave me the opportunity to put the music from one of those on this new record, and very appreciative.
Perfect. And you're going out with Megadeth, The Who, and I think Fire from the Gods soon. Oh, yeah. So that's going to be the same day as release. Is that something like that lineup, something you put together, or was that a management kind of thing?
We pretty much like tell management, you know, hey, this is kind of what we're going for. They look at the big picture, you know, ticket sales and, you know, what everybody contributes. So it's very much a collective effort on that as well. But yeah, to be able to go back out with Megadeth, the last time that we toured, other than this past tour in Europe, it was back in February and January of 2020. So right before the pandemic. Yep. And we were out on tour with Megadeth. So it's good to be getting back out with our friends and having those guys out. And, you know, there's such a gap between, you know, Megadeth time-wise back on, like, you know, Peace Sells and all that stuff. And we got our own set of fans. So it's an opportunity for both of us to get in front of the other band's fans and create new ones. So it's working out really good, and they're just fun people. It's been fun hanging around with those dudes, seeing them back there all the time.
Awesome. I got to ask, 11 years ago, I believe you're probably working in a bar in Vegas,
Yep.
bar. Did you think that 11 years later you'd be basically playing arenas and just doing what you love in a different way?
I don't know. Like right before I joined the band, I was getting ready to give up on everything and just start working on some other businesses and whatnot. But I took one more chance and got this one. So I can honestly say 11 years ago, before this, I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought I'd done everything that I was meant to do at that point. But thankfully, the universe had some other ideas, had me take one more chance. And 11 years later, here I am talking to you guys about our 9th record.
Yep.
That's crazy to me that we got so many songs and such quality out of all the records too. I mean, my God, just a catalog and trying to continually up the game for us. And we've been able to do that. And that's, I pat each one of the dudes in this band on the back for that one, because that's an impressive feat.
Yep. And you mentioned earlier, there is talks of Five Finger Death Punch returning to Australia.
There definitely is. I'm sure I'll get a call from management after this interview when it's posted, but like, we didn't tell anybody about this. But I'm always getting phone calls from management. So
yeah. Well,
I ain't giving specific dates. I just know that it is being in the works.
Yep.
And it has been way too long since we've been back over there. I think the last time we were there was Soundwave several years ago.
2013, I'm going to say.
Oh, has it been that long?
Yeah, it was Soundwave too.
Yeah. So you guys have been patient, and we are ready to get back there and reward that patience, hopefully very soon. But like I said, I can't say too much because I don't want to get that text from management.
No, that's fine. And you're about to go on tour. You've got like a plethora of songs now that when you listen to a Death Punch album, for me, you already know that they're built for the stage. It's going to be hard getting that set list together.
Yeah, especially 9 records in at this point. You know, we do have a set list for the upcoming tour. Definitely doing, I want to say 3 or 4 songs off the new record on this tour that's coming up. As far as I know, you know, we're going into rehearsal next week, so that may change. But as of right now, the song list that I've seen, we're doing a few songs from the new record. And then trying to pick, you know, if you've got an hour and a half, you do 4 songs from the new record. That leaves what, maybe an hour left for the other 8 records that everybody wants to hear. So, yeah, you know, you got some songs that need to be played and people expect to be heard. And then also digging some deeper cuts on this upcoming tour. So yeah, super stoked about it. Just happy to be out playing live again, you know?
Yeah. And so we're pretty much out of time. You're a busy man. Thanks for hanging out with us. What is it that you want to leave all your friends with?
Leave all my friends with. Just thank you all for all the support. Again, 11 years ago, I was bartending in Las Vegas, got plucked from obscurity into this band that was growing and becoming what it is today. And it was already a beast at that point. And to be able to jump in and get all the support from all you around the world, I just want to keep on doing this. It's been so much fun. Everybody in the band's getting along. All the personalities are great in this thing. We're all clear-headed and ready to roll, and going to be rolling right out there in Australia, hopefully, damn soon.
Awesome, Chris. Thanks so much. If I don't see you in Australia, I'll see you in Vegas.
Beautiful, beautiful.
See you at the
doors are open wherever we are, my friend. We got you.
See you at the Bootlegger.
Yes, perfect.
See you, man.
Lasagna and breadsticks on me.
I'll be there.
Later. Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Bye.